Hi, Cancer. Welcome back. Welcome in. Welcome to your Sunday reset. I've decided that I'm going to start doing zodiac specific again because I feel like when I do non-zodiac, like collective readings, they get 0 views. So I'm going to see if doing zodiac specific ones will be better. The purpose of this reading of any Sunday reset is to really just tap into energies that we need to let go of from the previous weeks. It doesn't have to necessarily be like last week. And embrace, acknowledge, call in, whatever you want to call it, energies for the upcoming week. So we're just going to kind of hit the reset button on the energies and really lean fully into what's coming in versus what has already gone. Before we jump into the reading, we are going to be using our singing bowl to clear any lingering energy that needs to be cleared, to connect to each other as a collective, and then as a collective to spirit directly, so we can get a really nice, clear, concise message for you guys. If you would like to use this time to call on any specific guides, deities, archangels, any beings of light that you would like to be present for this reading, please feel free to do so now. The more, the merrier. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. Spirit, speak to me and through me to the Cancer Collective. Full disclosure, we already did this reading almost like fully. There were just a few cards left to pull, but my mic went out and I didn't realize it. So most of the reading, wow, like 15 minutes of a reading were like no sound. So that's not good. All right, first card out. We have the Four of Swords. Taking a little reprieve, pulling your energy back, whether that's from people, from places, from things, entities, whatever, it doesn't matter. You could just be literally doing rituals to call your energy back from anyone and everyone that you've ever given it to, willingly, unwillingly, knowingly, unknowingly, recalling it for your own use. I also see you meditating and really grounding yourself and recentering is what it feels like. Coming back to center, refocusing on yourself. You could have gotten a little unfocused, maybe a little scatterbrained, maybe a little all over the place, having a hard time making decisions because you don't necessarily know which direction you're going. And when you don't know which direction you're going, it's hard to make decisions. Like if you don't know your destination, it's hard to decide if you should turn left or right or keep going straight. Like you got to know where you're going. So I feel like you're really, really shutting out all outside influences. This could be social media. Maybe you're deleting all of your social media, and really focusing on your community, your actual community in real life, pouring into them and yourself. Next two cards, Two of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. Okay. Page of Pentacles in this particular instance, I don't know why it doesn't always give me this energy, but it's it was giving me like younger, not younger, young adults. Thank you. Young adult child. Your young adult child and someone else's. This could be, again, I was talking about community and pouring into it. You could be doing some sort of like outreach, setting up a center, a program that is going to help younger people, younger generations. Outreach work is really that, I don't know. I've literally, like, that never comes up for me, but that's what literally just the entire scene that I just saw. You also have the Two of Cups showing up for you. This is reciprocal. Okay. This is reciprocal love pouring into each other. They're like exchanging cups. Like I have a really full cup for you You have one for me. Let's exchange those. Let's continue to pour into each other. But this is a very new relationship, something that is very um mm, not even just new, but it's like it could be something that's been around for really decades even, but it feels just really like surface level, but reciprocal, if that makes sense. So whatever you're putting into this is what you're getting back. So I don't know, it feels like something that's fine, it works for you. But it could also be, now that I'm seeing this Knight of Wands that just came out, this could also be offerings. You could have offerings coming in from a lot of different people, but these are younger people. The page is younger even than the Knight, and the Knight is younger than like all of the other cards. They're very young, they're very inexperienced. Um, but as you withdraw your energy, you could find that more and more people are offering you things. It doesn't have to necessarily be love. We do have the cups here, but this is typically like a reciprocal relationship, something that you are wanting as well. This now is feeling like one sided, like very much um, admirers, people coming to you, offering you things, wanting to court you, wanting to woo you, if you will. But I see you're very like, this feels like what you're shutting out, if I'm being completely honest. What you're like shifting your focus from. You could have let it distract you for a little bit. You could have played into it. You could have whatever for a little bit. But now it's like, okay, enough with the bullshit, enough with the chaos, with the what would be chaos if you allowed it. It's not necessarily chaos. I don't know how to explain it, but it's definitely external to you. It's something that, oh wow, okay. Um I will take them. I don't usually take reversals, but this clearly came out in the reverse. These were also in the reverse, but they were all together. I'm going to take them upright just because I'm not reading 4 cards in reverse. That doesn't. No. So we have the Ten of Cups, the Eight of Wands, and the Moon. And the Five of Wands is what came out in reverse. We also have here a Knight of Wands. So we have quite a few wands. So far 6, because he's got one here. There's 5 here. But I was talking about chaos and leaving it behind. And I was like, well, it's not necessarily chaos. Yeah, it is. This is chaos. Whether it's controlled chaos, whether it's controlled competition, pitting people against each other to train, to hone a skill, it doesn't matter. It's still combative and it's still chaotic. And that is what I feel like you're refocusing from. You're turning your attention away from this energy and putting it back into yourself through meditation, through stillness. And as a result, I feel like that is truly where you find like the deepest well of happiness, is when you are with yourself, when you're pouring into yourself, when you're acknowledging the things that really truly are for you and that light you up, versus like, again, putting energy and focus into other people, their plans, their ideas, their aspirations and dreams, and really figuring out what is my goal, what is my aspiration, what is my dream. And then taking the steps to achieve that. You have the Eight of Wands showing up for you here. Again, more wands. So we have, what I say, there's 6. There's another 8 here. There's a lot of fiery, passionate, forward momentum for you this week. If you want to tap into it, it's like every day that goes on, you grow, like you gain another cup. Because you have the Two of Cups here, you go from the Two of Cups to the 10 of Cups. So your hyper focus on yourself and hyper focus on like tuning everything else out is really catapulted you into this kind of like low level. It's nice and it's cute, but it's not like total complete fulfillment and joy and contentment and just having all of your cups full and overflowing and your literal dream come true. That's what this is, and that's what you're moving into. That's what you're moving into. Quickly. We have the 8 of Wands here. This is rapid forward movement, like the speed of light. It feels like something's happening overnight. You could make your mind up about something, and just like that, it happens. You could decide, I really want this thing. I really want XYZ. And it's like you wake up the next day and you have it. That's literally what I'm getting. Like you standing under a full moon, and by the time the new moon comes around, which is literally like 2 weeks, if that, I don't know, it's a very short cycle. You have what you've been wanting. This also is the energy of, it feels like it's like to other people from the outside looking in, it could feel like it happened really fast and it happened overnight. But for you, you know that you've been putting in a lot of work. You've been putting in a lot of effort and energy. And it hasn't been overnight for you. It's been a lot of nights. But it's your life is going to change overnight is what I'm getting. You're going to wake up one morning and it's just going to be like a sigh of relief, and everything is different and okay. And Ace of Cups flipped over. I'm not going to take it because it didn't fall. But the Ace of Cups and the King of Pentacles, there could be a King of Pentacles that's Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus energy, older, established. Could be a business owner, someone like that is offering you their cup of love. I don't know that you're going to be accepting any of these offers, except for these ones. That's honestly what I feel like that's what your filter is right now. If it's not about money, if it's not going to expand what I'm working on and provide more stability for me and whoever I decide to provide stability for, I don't really want to talk about it, and I don't want to put my energy in it. This was the first card that came out in the last reading. There is an offer coming in for you this week. Like it could be a new job. It is definitely revolving around your money. It could be a new business partner, a new business opportunity. This is being in the right place at the right time. Someone could be talking about something. You overhear them and kind of like interject, and then it works out to where, oh shit, well, you're looking for exactly what I am, or I'm looking for exactly what you are. This works out really nice. We could make a really good team. I have X, Y, and Z to offer you, and you're going to accept because it's like, duh. But whatever it is, it's like the first step into your complete and ultimate happiness is pouring into yourself, focusing on yourself. Once you do that, it feels like this, like, I was going to say floodgates and then I was going to say door, but all the doors, it's like multiple doors are opening. You're owning multiple doors, meaning multiple properties, multiple buildings, offices even. You could have, multiple homes coming in for you. Let's do some oracle cards. Cornucopia. I'm going to do the Lammas deck, and God, I thought my freaking mic died again. I'm going to do the Lammas deck because it was on August 1st. It is kind of mid-August now, so I feel like it's fitting because we are in between 2 of these seasons. So we're right in between Lammas and Mabon, so I'm going to be using both those decks today. Okay. Corn dollies and meadow. Oh, I love, how peaceful. And corn dollies. We'll read about both of those. County fair is on the bottom of the deck. You could be going to the fair this week, next weekend, this weekend. Maybe that's what you did this weekend. But okay. I was going to say what else is here, but I didn't even have to. Coming of darkness and crow. Then we have corn maze. I'm going to take crow. Only because on the last reading, excuse me, we had a bajillion crows. Like the imagery of crow was so heavy. So I'm going to read it in this one because I feel like it's significant. Coming of darkness. I feel like as we transition through these seasons, we're moving from summer into fall. If you're in the northern hemisphere, if you're in any other parts of the world, we're still transitioning seasons. It's just opposite of what I'm talking about. So don't force it to fit if it doesn't. As we move into the fall months, I feel like these next few weeks for you are going to be spent really purging, really clearing out a lot of old clutter. You could be like clearing out your closet, donating it to like a children's home. Is that how you would say that? I don't know, but I'm getting like charity work, and I think I said outreach programs or whatever I said earlier. But I'm definitely getting you disconnecting from social media and pouring into your like actual community, and that could be through donations. Maybe you're setting up some sort of like winter clothing drive for the kids in your community, or the people, the houseless community, um, in your neighborhood, your area, whatever. But I feel like as you are doing that, as you are like, and also the imagery of like harvesting, you could have a garden that is really beautiful and abundant and bountiful, and you are harvesting. Maybe you spent the last week harvesting, and now moving into this next week, you're going to be doing the second step of that process, which is the preservation, the canning, the pickling, the jarring, all of that stuff, doing your sourdough starters, whatever it is. I just feel you really, this energy of prepping and preparing, and yeah. But it feels really soft and peaceful and like slow and caring, and not rushed, not chaotic, not panicked. It's not like, oh my God, all of this is going to go to waste if we don't do something with it right now. It's like, look at this beautiful harvest that we have. How lucky are we? And I say we, just as a collective. You don't have to have anyone in your sphere. You don't have to be a we. You can be singular. How lucky am I that I have the opportunity to create all of this abundance, not only for myself, but for my community? Maybe that's how you're giving back. All of these things that you're canning and pickling and whatever else, you're donating them. Or you have an abundance of fruit and veggies, so you're donating those, maybe to like a kitchen, soup kitchen. Thank you, that's the word I was looking for. Let's see what else. Let's get some more cards, and then we will read about, oh my God. What? And then we will read about that was a really weird way for those to land. We'll read about our cards. Jeez Louise, these cards are oracles. Was that card already upright? Hammock. Taking a vacation physically or mentally. Wait, there is some that are, there's a whole little. Financial gain, usually from something you did in the past. We'll take it. I love that. Then we have crib. That fell out, but I was messing with the deck, so I'm not going to take it. But it says birth of an enterprise, or obviously a physical child, but we're gonna say enterprise. Pay attention to your health. Okay, obviously don't ever neglect your health and your physicality. I feel like we're also going to be really focusing on our routines, our eating habits as well. You could be getting those in check this week. You could be getting on a stricter schedule with the gym, some sort of physical activity, strength training. Also, I'm not taking those. It was like 10,000. What else is your spirit? One or two more, please. One or two more. One or two. Oh my God. This is so funny. Okay, I'll just take this ones that fell in my lap, okay? Bear, danger, especially in money matters. Nope, we rebuke that. Opportunity or windfall. Yes, we claim that. In July, we have, I don't know why I said we have July, and then we have Apple. Temptation will test you. Okay, this could have something to do with your money. If you are being kind of reckless or irresponsible with your money, this could also be a temptation to fall into old habits. Maybe you have a habit of overgiving, overspending. You could be tempted to fall back into those habits. Don't let it happen. There's too much at stake. I'm just joking. There's no way to mess this up. You can delay it for sure, all day, every day, but there's no way to mess it up or to keep anything from coming to you. But like I said, you can delay it, mostly by the company that you keep. All right, what else is here? What else is here, please, Spirit? For Cancer this upcoming week. What else do we need to have? Information we need to have. We need to know. That snake that happened in the last reading, it popped up in reverse. It didn't fall out, but it did pop up, and I saw it in reverse, and I put it back. I did some more shuffles, and then it came out again, but it didn't come out this time. So child did come out last time, though. That's interesting. Oh God. You could have a child with someone who is a little bit snake-like, a little bit deceptive, a little bit like, there's a snake here too. Someone who is just sneaky, whatever that means to you, like a snake in the grass. Someone who really doesn't give a fuck about anything or anyone but themselves. Never mind, I'm not going to say that. Let's go ahead and read about our cards, okay? Let's read about corn dollies and meadow first. We'll start with corn dollies. Key words: honoring earth spirits, inviting spirit into your life. In ancient times, it was believed the spirit of corn had no place to go once the cornfields were harvested. Corn dollies were fashioned to give the spirit a safe home and kept inside until the following spring, when the planting seasons would begin anew and the spirit of the corn could return to the earth. This is a beautiful practice of respecting the earth that has been sacrificed for you, supporting the earth spirits in their time of need. The appearance of corn dollies is a gentle reminder to honor your roots, ancestors, and the earth spirits. They are the blood flowing through your veins, the nutrition in the foods you eat, and the wisdom that flows through your mind, guiding you to more success. Did I burn my fingernail? Damn. Guiding you to more success and joy. Do not take their contribution for granted, because this is a relationship that needs nurturing and support. Think of relationships in your own life. Would you want someone to only come to you when they need your help or resources and then ignore you when they are in need of support, when you are in need of support? The connection with the spirits that protect and serve is no different from that with a friend or a lover, and they need you to remain present in the good times and bad. In the physical realm, this card guides you to be more present with the people in your life. Yes, very much disconnecting from the socials and re-engaging with your actual people. IRL. You may be in danger of losing someone of great importance if you do not make more of an effort to be more available to them. In your career, it can mean needing to contribute more rather than taking on a supporting role. Interesting. Okay. Meadow, card number 31. Keywords: openness, full hearts, gentle spaces. Meadow is a gentle card that encourages you to open your heart space and let your love spill out into the world. This is a card about connection, softness, and giving with the full heart. And when received in a reading, it is a sign that you are ready for love. This is the most auspicious card for relationships, as it means many things for the heart and home. To begin with, it is a sign that any wounds you have carried from previous relationships are now healed, and your spirit has room and the ability to allow a more supportive partner bring I think there's a typo. And the ability to allow a supportive partner bring nourishment and joy to your life. I think they missed a word. To bring nourishment and joy to your life. For those who are already in committed, for those of you who are already committed, this card can represent a marriage, birth, okay, it's the second time we've heard that, or easing into the retirement phase of life. In all scenarios, you can expect a happy home and being surrounded by the people and things you love. This card represents the happily ever after, the harmonious space, the emotional fulfillment, which is exactly what the Ten of Cups is as well. So we have that twice, really, really spirit doubling down that that's what's coming in for you every day. This grows, this feeling grows, and you get closer to it if you're not already in it. I really did when I was lighting my incense. I burnt the tip out of my thumbnail. In the realm of money and career, this card can mean receiving help from a family member or going into a family business. Cute. All right, let's read about Coming of Darkness. When darkness falls. Keywords: preparing. Coming of Darkness. You can't say the keyword is the same as the card name. The fuck? Your higher self chose this card because a storm is about to hit. Fuck. It's a warning to take steps now to prepare for darker times ahead. All cycles must come to an end. It's common to hear the phrase, and this too shall pass, in reference to difficult situations. Rarely, however, is this advice given for good times. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Perhaps, however, is this advice. Whoa. Whoa. Perhaps it's critical to enjoy periods of abundance, happiness. What? I don't like the way this is worded sometimes. Perhaps it's critical to enjoy periods of abundance. Abundant happiness. Abundant happiness? I don't know. But it's also important to remember that the good cycles of life will also pass at some point. The tables will turn, and while you can't do anything to stop the natural ebb and flow, you can lessen the blow as much as possible. When you receive this card, consider where you need to take steps to be better prepared moving forward. Is it time to open or bulk up a savings account? Oof. Okay. Do you need to do more research? Be ready with an elevator pitch or get business cards made. All very good ideas, very good advice. You should have those things at all times. Perhaps you have seen some instability with your employer and it might be time to consider looking for another job. Why is this calling me out so bad right now? The signs are right in front of you, and the first thing that gives you a feeling of uneasiness is likely when you will experience some challenges moving forward. The signs are right in front of you, and the first thing that gives you a feeling of uneasiness is likely when you will experience some challenges moving forward. Okay. You could be going through a period of transition with your employment. So it's imperative that you don't spend frivolously. Wow. I feel like that girl and her husband where she's trying to pronounce words, but she can't ever say them right. Whatever. Don't spend unnecessarily right now. Save more than you spend, please. This could also be speaking to if you are living in the US, if you are unfortunate enough to be living in the US right now. there could be some weird shit coming up. They're talking about weird shit happening in these next few months. So maybe that's what we need to be prepared for, this kind of it's going to get worse before it gets better type energy. So maybe pool your resources with family, do things that you've been thinking about doing to get ready. Okay? No more procrastinating. When darkness falls. Crow, something's coming. Fuck. Messages. Pay attention. Ah. Okay. Your higher self chose this card because a message is coming your way and is warning you to keep an eye out for important signs and clues of what's to come. Nothing truly manifests without some warning. The signs might be subtle, but they have been prompting you your entire life. You might feel a sensation such as a tingle on your neck, or perhaps a decision gives you a sense of dread. Oof. You might have an idea that instantly lifts your spirits, or feel some electricity when you meet someone new. All of these sensations are clues that attempt to steer you towards a rewarding life. Pulling the Crow card is a sign you can trust your intuition, especially in the coming days. Okay, lean on your intuition. Please use your discernment. It's going to be like the difference between life and death. And I'm not even saying that to be funny or to be like hyperbolic. It's actual, factual. Your discernment is what's going to keep you out of situations. It's what's going to keep you protect. What the fuck? Why can't I talk? Keep you protected. If you get invited to a function and you instantly get the inkling to say no, or something doesn't feel right, I don't want to go, don't go. Don't force yourself to go. If you do go to, like if you don't get that inkling, but you do go to events, something is telling you to leave as soon as you get there, before it's over, whatever, please do so. It's going to be one of those things like a Travis Scott concert where you are there with your friends, you got a feeling, hey guys, we should go. I don't like this. Let's get out of here. So you leave the area, and that exact area where you were, hundreds and thousands of people died. You could have and would have been there had you not listened to your discernment. Those types of situations. All right, let me go ahead and get back into the reading. You may be quick to dismiss your feelings as being silly, or perhaps they are in many societies. However, you're connected to the spirit realm where all things are possible, and the only right. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I know I'm not the strongest reader, but for some reason, like my mouth is moving too fast, or my mind. I don't know what's happening, but it's unfortunate. Please just let me read for a minute or two. And the only right answer is the one that gives you the feeling of peace, joy, and success. Trust in your ability to read the messages of the universe and know there is always a pathway to safety for those who know how to look, where to look. Whether the message coming your way is good or bad remains to be seen. Look to other cards within your reading. I think it's something a little bit more ominous than maybe we're wanting. Also, I feel like the other card mentions storm. This could be like a literal storm. We've had lots of very weird, very unusual, very unnatural storms happening all across the US as well, accompanied by massive flash flooding. I know here in Kansas City a few weeks ago we had some crazy flooding out of nowhere, what felt like nowhere. Milwaukee, I think, is flooded right now. We've had parts of Nebraska, like literally almost every single state in the Midwest has flooded recently. It's kind of wild. I don't think it's going to end anytime soon. So that could be what this kind of ominous preparation stage is pointing to. Like we and it might not affect you directly, because again, we use our discernment, we trust our intuition, we get ourselves out of situations before we get into these situations, right? But it could be affecting your community, it could be affecting people around you, obviously your nation if you are in the US. Just brace and prepare yourself for some kind of darker months ahead, I will say. Okay. Adjusting your antenna. It would be best if this exercise could be performed while standing or sitting outside in nature, although it can be done anywhere. Place your palms on your jawline and your fingers cupped over your ears with your palms under your ears. Oh, with your thumbs under your ears. Wait, place your palms on your jawline, okay? And your fingers cupped over your ears, okay? With your thumb under your ears. Okay. Take a deep breath in and out. Then repeat the in and out breaths, but this time lift your fingers from your ears while leaving your palms on your jawline, okay? It becomes an open door, closed door situation. To close the door, cover your ears by cupping them, and then to open the door by lifting your fingers away from your ears. Continue to do this as you take deep breaths for at least 1 minute and then sit in silence for 5 to 10 minutes to receive your message. That's actually kind of cool. I did it on one side while I talked, and it definitely puts you in like a tunnel vision, but with your hearing. I'm definitely going to do that when I'm done here, and then I'm going to do my little meditation and finish with my Sunday chores. I feel like a to-do list would be a really good idea. Setting one small goal this week for whether it's like you have a book that you are wanting to write, a business plan that you're wanting to write. Set small goals, like write a chapter of said book, write the foreword, write the chapter of table of contents. God damn it. Do one small thing to make progress towards this week, okay? It's gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. There's so much light, there's so much love, there's so much contentment when you look beyond the bullshit, when you look beyond the illusion and the facade that's being created. We are gonna be okay. Take a deep breath, focus on yourself. I love you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.